You got to pick if she will also pick you back.
Yeah, but I'm not going to throw away all of my expectations. Like, yeah, that woman on the right is really beautiful and good looking, but if she's like abusive or like terrible person.
Not abusive, just wouldn't bow.
Just wouldn't bow? Yeah, that's fine.
Then your number one rule of dating to bow to you doesn't matter then, because you can give it up.
No, here, I'll explain it like this. You gave me an option to pick between two women. Would I be dissatisfied with the fact that she's not willing to meet certain standards that I have? Sure, but when the choice is between two women, and obviously when we're looking at who we're going to date, we're looking at the totality of everything. So, you know, one person might not measure up in like X way, but they measure up to the degree to which you're willing to date them. So she won't bow? Okay, whatever.
The looks matter more.
So guys, in general,
yes.
guys,
Okay,
looks
hold
matter
on.
more.
Yes, if a woman is that woman is like I'm not trying to be mean. She's like a 1. The woman on the right's like at least a solid 9.
The looks matter, and looks matter the most.
Yeah, look. Well, no.
Other standard, whatever.
Well,
yes,
I'll tell you this.
okay,
Like,
no, okay.
if a woman, even if she's insanely beautiful, like we were talking about this, if she was a murderer, for example, or she just was like a terrible person, bitchy, bad attitude, treated me poorly, I don't care how beautiful she is. Some guys will put up with that shit, especially for beauty, because beauty, look, is currency. For me, though, I do have certain expectations of what I want in a woman, and I don't care how fucking pretty you are, don't care. If you're not acting in a certain appropriate way, don't care, I ain't gonna put up with that shit. But a lot of men will simp for a beautiful woman. Not me, though.
But being pretty is not necessary to be a murderer or something. There's so many pretty women who's not violent.
Yeah, but there's a lot of beautiful women who are terrible people. And there's good-looking men who are terrible people.
Maybe, yeah.
But in this case, when you're giving me, the two choices are a beautiful woman, but she won't bow.
Yeah.
And the woman on the left, who's not beautiful, who will bow.
So we just found out beauty outweighs standard, whatever dating standard.
Not always.
Looks like so. Like beauty is more important than bow to you.
The logic is a bit incoherent.
That's how you put the way of prostitutes. You say those girls, they only value money, but not. No, it's not only money. Those guy, whoever willing to provide for her, not only have money, they also polite, and they are very well educated. They can contribute a lot more than money.
Well, again, the hypothetical you posed to me had two options, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not willing to sacrifice like 8 or 9 points in attractiveness for the bow. Not willing to do it. But I might sacrifice like 1 point. Like, okay, I can deal a modern, how about this? She's a 6, but she's completely submissive, feminine, meets my standards, etc. Or a 7 who's a feminist boss babe, blah, 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 who wants 50-50, claims she wants 50-50 partnership, probably would lean towards the 6 over the 7.
But also, like what she said, the 7 based on your standards or based on the majority standards, because maybe people have different perspectives.
Right, but it would be my standard. You're asking me who I would date.
Yeah.
Right.
I think in general, men are going to avoid the headache.
It sounds like you would compromise something over the standards. And if you got a like luxury to pick, if you got that many girls are available for you.
Well, yeah, I think we all do compromises in this case.
Yeah.
So in this case, if a woman was so phenomenal that, but her one thing, Brian, you know, the bow's kind of weird, whatever, I'm not going to do it, but she's phenomenal or whatever, I'm like, okay.
People are way more complicated. It's not only one standard. It's also I say for any girls. How can you just separate prostitutes and all the other girls who doesn't do sex for money? They all got standards, and it's all wrapped up very complicated.
So I think that...
One sec.
Pasty George donated
I called her out for it, bro.
$200.
She should
Chair
have been
8
cleaning that
helps
shit.
Felicity clean up Chair 2's mess. Chair 2 failed big time. Chair 8 is base.
Although the napkins are right by her, and you did tell Felicity to do it, but I don't know why you guys. See, it's always stupid shit they say in the chat. Most of the time, it's always stupid shit.
Yeah, as long as he's not my sponsor, doesn't matter. But if he's my sponsor, I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna do all the things to try to smooth him out.
I think
depends. I'm very result oriented.
I think you should just try to be a better guest and clean up your own mess.
Yeah,
girl.
Thank you guys. Thank you, girls.
But wait, what was your thing? You had something else you wanted to say?
Oh, yeah. So I think that men will settle for a girl who has 9 out of the 10 qualities that they want, but a girl will make the mistake and leave the guy with the 9 out of the 10 qualities for the guy that has the 1 quality they're missing.
It's true.
And then they wonder why they're miserable afterwards.
Well, there was...
It's about equal, men and women, yeah. Or maybe men a little worse, but about equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they're all just like heavy generalizations. Like you literally can't just, I don't know. I mean, in general, like, right, like you can't group 2 people and be like, they're all like this or they're all like this. I mean, in general.
It would be not smart too.
Okay. So I guess again, why aren't average looking women, why can't they just say that they're average looking?
It's just they got different standards.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
I don't think that I'm a 10, then how am I gonna want to like try and get with a 10 if I'm not thinking that I'm a 10? I mean, legitimately, like, why would you view yourself as anything less than a 10? And I don't mean in like a conceited way, but in a confident way. Like you know, like.
Wait, so your logic is if I don't view myself as a 10, how am I going to get a 10?
I mean, yeah, essentially, because if I hate myself, I'm only going to attract people that probably hate me too.
Hold on. You can have a reasonable self-assessment of how you look and not hate yourself. Mm-hmm. You can be like, yeah, you know what, I'm average looking, but I'm fine with being average. But also even delusional, like just because you're delusional doesn't mean you're going to get the guy who's a 10. Like just because
I'm okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Let's say, can a woman like clearly not be a 10?
I mean, it goes back to what I said earlier about like being subjective. Like
here, this girl right here, is she a 10? The one on the left?
In some countries, the one on the right would be murdered. In some places.
Yeah, don't go to Somalia. Thank you for that. So, anyways, the one on the left, is she a 10?
In my opinion, for what I believe.
Yeah, what you believe in.
I mean, like it's subjective. Like,
well, what would you rate her?
From what is your subjective? I personally find attractive. I would not call her a 10, but I wouldn't call the person on the right a 10 either.
Okay, what would you give them both?
I don't feel comfortable rating people like that because I don't think I'd really do that in general. Like, I don't know.
You do that with men. Skinny guy. Yes.
Preference. We're talking about preference, not putting a number on somebody. That's different.
That's kind of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's her type,
I'm
though.
saying okay, we're talking about rating someone on a scale from 1 to 10, like, but that's my thing though, is when we're talking about weight, I'm like, okay, I prefer someone who's more muscular over someone who's skinnier. That's just like factual, right? But giving it like it's an arbitrary number. It doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't know, an 8 holds different weight for me than I might hold for somebody else. Like, again, all of this is just so like arbitrary.
True.
Let's say you would agree that there are ugly women though.
I think that there's ugly people.
Sure.
And I think
yes, there's ugly men.
What I think is ugly, though, is going to be different from what she thinks is ugly. What she thinks is ugly.
That's fine. But whatever you think is ugly, you do acknowledge there are ugly people, ugly women, ugly men.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
I think in general that, everyone probably
question for you.
has perception.
What if this ugly person is holding out for Brad Pitt? Like Brad Pitt when he was young.
And like,
but
I have seen women with some atrocities of boyfriends, genuinely.
I've seen the reverse too.
Well, and that's exactly my point. So like, what? Like, I don't know if someone who like is conventionally unattractive is holding out for like high school Brad Pitt. Like, I don't know. That's your prerogative. If you think high school Brad Pitt will give it up to you, maybe you will.
Do you think if you're desirous of getting into a long-term relationship and having like a healthy relationship, maybe getting married one day, maybe having kids, if that's your desire, don't you think like if that's your goal, you need to go about that in a like pragmatic, realistic way. Otherwise, you're not going to ever get what you want.
Well, the realistic way to go about that would be to view yourself in a good light, right? Like to love yourself and accept yourself and be okay independently and like be confident in your own like. I don't know. Like,
can I ask you a question? Do you think that there are men?
Yeah.
Do you think that there are men who think they're more attractive than they actually are?
Yes.
And they're cocky. And they have a big ego.
Absolutely.
A lot.
I
Like,
mean,
do you know a guy
well-
who thinks he's hot shit, but he's not?
Yes.
Yes.
A lot.
yes, and I also
Could
know
this-
women, but I also know women who
Could
think
women
that they're
be
hot
like
shit and
that
they're
too?
not. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, anybody could be like that.
But you have all fallen victim to that very thing with which you've just acknowledged is a thing that happens.
But yeah, we're all
But what am
skinnier,
I-
white, like you said, was the
What?
10.
That's not
where you don't look
related.
anything like the girl on
Okay,
the
just
left.
because
That
you're
doesn't make
skinny
you a
and
10.
white doesn't make you a 10.
So here's my thing though, is like, I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not talking about cocky. I'm not talking about I'm hot shit. I'm talking about I love myself and I genuinely think that I'm beautiful. I think that I'm a 10 because I do.
Okay, but
The same
I
way
think
that
it
if you
would
came
be
up to me and you
cocky-
told me you think you're a 10, I'm not going to debate you on that. If that's how you feel about yourself, then like more power to
But
you.
then,
I'm
so
glad.
what does it mean to be cocky? It means
Confident.
it means you think you're better than you actually are.
No, because I also,
I think it's more you think that you're better than other people.
yeah.
But
That's the
I don't
problem.
think
Yeah,
that I'm
exactly.
better.
She doesn't think that.
I think highly of myself as an individual, as a person. When it comes to me comparatively to the next person, like that's unrealistic because I don't know. Like, yeah, I probably think that I'm like less than like comparatively.
Here,
to
let me
some
ask you
people.
this then. Do you think that the guy who's like obese, lives in his mother's basement, plays video games all day, smokes weed, smokes cigarettes, Cheeto dust in his fucking
Well, that's the
belly
part that
button?
makes him unattractive.
Hold on. But he believes that he's a 10. Can he get a 10, a woman who's a 10, who's a supermodel?
I think the behavior.
Can he answer my
backing that-
question before you go on some more prattle?
No.
Answer my question.
No.
No, he can't.
No, because of the behavior and the difference in lifestyle. That's someone with no discipline, clearly, and no drive versus someone who like is disciplined and driven in their own career.
So
I
why is
think
it
that that's
okay
a
for women to
difference
have
between-
unrealistic standards, but not men?
Well,
They do.
Like when did I say? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they do.
Everybody
like,
does.
Everyone
Wait, so
has
you're
people
telling
do
me
nowadays.
you're telling me that there are women who have made a determination that they're 10 and they're perfect. Like their behavior is not.
When did I say that?
That's what a 10 means, right?
You're saying
perfect.
Well, not totally, but
No, we're talking about looks
You
only.
were saying that women
Yes.
should be like,
And how we
I'm a
view
10.
ourselves.
Otherwise, because
Looks.
this is what you said. If I don't think I'm a 10, how can I get a 10?
Yeah.
Your
I feel like that's
perception,
fair.
your self-perception doesn't dictate what you are to external reality.
I really disagree with that because I think that if you fucking hate yourself and you let
It has nothing
everybody
to do
know,
with
no,
hate.
I mean
It
like
has nothing to do with
legitimately,
hate.
if
It
I
does a
go
little
around
bit.
and I say I'm ugly, I'm atrocious, nobody likes me
I'm
all
not
the time.
telling you to do that.
No, but if I do,
But what if
other
an
people are
average-
gonna perceive me like that.
Do you acknowledge?
like
Hold on,
McLovin.
stop. Do you acknowledge that there are average-looking
It's the
women?
opposite.
Objectively,
Can
yes.
women be average-looking?
How many times do I have to answer this question?
said yes.
Objectively, yes. Like I've said yes. I'm acknowledging the fact that
Okay,
that's true.
so
but
should
people have different truths.
under your framework,
Yes.
should an average-looking woman, should she think she's a 10, or should she? You're making it into this thing of she hates herself, she thinks she's ugly. No, what if she's just like, I'm average-looking girl? Which
But
of the two should she do?
But what do
I'm
I keep,
average.
What do I keep going back to though? Is that what is average? Because that's subjective. That is subjective. My average is different than somebody else's average. So if me, as
Here,
a
look
woman,
around the table.
If I think
look
I'm a
around
10,
the fucking table.
what?
You
Yeah.
got a bunch of average-looking women all around you, bro.
I mean, I again
Not really.
disagree.
Yes, really.
I disagree.
I agree with that. I don't,
Yes,
wouldn't
really.
say average.
Yes,
I don't
really.
Agree with that. I don't agree
I
with
really
that at
would
all.
not say average.
Okay, I know I'm breaking your.
Megan Fox is like
I'm
rare.
melting your
There's
brain
not many
here.
girls that look, and most of the girls that look
that's
good,
also-
they had surgeries too. Like almost every
That is
supermodel,
another
almost
good
every
point though.
yeah.
It's like we're being comparative
to
to,
people
like
that aren't real.
I mean, not even not real,
They are
but like
real.
1 in a million. It's like
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, that's
like
fine,
I'm
but
not
that's why they're
gonna look
10s.
like Megan Fox. I don't have Megan Fox money
Cool.
to take
So
care
just
of myself.
be like,
you know
I'm a
what I mean?
5 or a 6.
But she's
But I
not.
don't think that
And
I
she-
am.
I don't think she is.
You think you're a 10?
I don't think she's a 5.
Because on top of that, if I had like Megan Fox money to be able to take care of myself like that, to be able to
Yeah.
look at every day, like and do that, and
Plastic
like you know
surgery
whatever.
doesn't do
And,
that.
Hey, I'm not saying plastic surgery.
Megan
no, I
did
mean
get
money
plastic
to be able to
surgery.
like
genuinely-
afford like really nice, expensive luxury skincare, and like being able to like get a massage and like go to the gym, like things like that cost
That's not
money.
going to turn a 2 into a 9.
It does a
think it
lot.
can.
Being able to take care of
Even
yourself.
Even a guy that takes care of
Yes.
himself, like his beard and how he shaves
literally.
Well,
it.
if I
and-
showed up here, right, looking like this versus if I showed up here how I looked this morning, rolling out of bed, objectively.
Well, yeah, we get it.
I
You're
still-
wearing
okay, but here's-
wearing fake lashes. You've
Yeah.
got makeup on.
Okay.
You've
But
done
some
your,
guys might
your
like
fucking
I
think-
eye-
but-
eyebrows.
I think I'm a 10, regardless of how I looked when I roll out of bed.
Wait,
I
so you're a
still-
10 even before the makeup?
Yes.
Why would you put on makeup then?
Because I love myself and I wanted to look a little different. Oh my God. Because
But
I
if
wanted to
makeup-
put fake lashes on.
Hold on.
You
If
know, I
makeup-
almost never wear lashes.
That's great. If makeup has a tendency to improve one's physical appearance, then surely you couldn't be a 10 prior to the makeup. Even if I
That's
granted,
not true.
hold on.
Why do you do makeup? Because I started doing it at 11 as like face painting.
Even if I granted that you're a 10 in your current state, which you're not,
Okay.
you would not be a 10 without the makeup then.
I disagree.
Then why would you, if you're a 10 and then it's still a
Some
10,
people think
why
that
would you
makeup
put-
makes women look less attractive.
Yep.
Yeah,
and we get that
sure.
on the show a
So
lot.
if I'm only putting on makeup to make, which I'm not, then like what?
Yeah, she's doing it for her, not guys' approval.
Bring
Well,
out the
and either
makeup
way, like
Because most of us know that they don't like it.
realistically, I do it for me because 9 times out of 10 I don't wear makeup. But I felt like wearing makeup today. Got up early, had time to do it, decided to. It's been a couple weeks. But regardless of that,
George donated $200.
yes, I thought it was a 10 when I rolled out of bed this
If
morning.
a woman had decent looks, little to no body count, was down to earth, had no baggage, and didn't believe in feminism,
What's
but she
that,
wouldn't vow for me. I
Nick,
would
we're gonna pull
choose
some
her.
stuff up, okay?
Don't be retarded, chair 2.
Yo, pasty. Thank you, man. She wouldn't bow for me. I would choose her. Okay. Decent looks, little to no body count, was down to earth, but she wouldn't bow for me. I would choose her. Yeah, I mean,
How can I say he's the biggest contributor to you, to this show, to this podcast?
he's got
Well,
casino money.
Ooh, congratulations,
Good
Pasty.
for him.
You
good
should go for him.
There's just no point to, upset him because he's helping this.
Oh,
podcast.
watch. Check this shit out. Fuck you, pasty. Fuck you, pasty.
You agree?
You piece of shit.
I mean,
you
but
fucking Canadian.
He has to be enjoying it. He's been sitting here.
I'm
for
gonna
a
burn
good
the
couple
Canadian
hours.
flag on the pot. See, check that shit out. I just talk mad shit to pasty.
But still, you show them respect every time you read his comments out loud and pause this long time for him.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
He's a patron of the show.
Yes.
The show is
So-
for the fans.
That's whoever due to their patrons. That's whoever due to their patrons.
Yeah, but if somebody sent in a message that I disagreed with, they're like, oh, the earth is flat, or I don't know, something about dating. They're just like, well, they sent in 200 or whatever. And they're like, me personally, I prefer, women who've done porn and blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't just agree with it just because they're sending in a super chat. In this case, me and Pasty happen to agree on quite a lot. Not
What a
everything.
coincidence. I happen to have that.
Bro, if I was actually audience captured, I would be here saying I'm an Orthodox Christian.
Yeah, true.
Oh my. Okay.
wait.
I'm fine with Christianity. I'm cool with Christianity. I'm not an anti-theist.
And
But if I really wanted to grift, I'd just lie and be like, yeah, I'm
A lot of coincidence. You have
a lot
common
of coincidence.
place with the what's it called? Pasty?
pasty.
Pasty.
Tasty.
The George.
What's the coincidence?
Like coincidence,
Just
you
so
have
y'all have
common space with him.
a lot
you
of
have
similarities.
Wow, it's a
opinions with
conspiracy.
him.
This is a transatlantic. Wait, a trans-Canadian
It just
conspiracy.
So far, I didn't hear anything. You disagree with him, so I said that's coincidence. You agree with every comment he dropped.
He hasn't said
far.
anything wrong so far.
So that's not a coincidence.
You're right. It's just a conspiracy. I'm simping for Pacey George. I'm sure Pacey George could send some shit in that I disagree with. Like, for example, maybe we should annex Canada.
I'm waiting.
Maybe Canada
Let's
shouldn't
see.
be a country.
I'm waiting to see.
Just
one.
kidding. I'm kidding about that. But I'm sure he would disagree. He'd be like, no, we like our sovereignty.
Why are you just kidding? Own it. If you really think that way, own it.
Own what? The-
Own whatever you really think. Don't say something that you then say, just kidding.
Oh, well, that's,
Why add that up?
do they have jokes in China?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
waiting to
Are there
see.
jokes?
I'm just waiting to see if there's any disagreement you have with.
All right, Pasty, we need the hot takes. We need the hot
Right.
takes.
What's your
Pasty.
controversial
More
opinion,
comments, just
Pasty?
more comments. Just
Oh, wasn't
Muddy Ninja donated $200. Just because you open your legs for a 10 does not make you a 10.
Oh, that's not what I
Most
was
men
saying.
will be down for anything if you open your legs.
Wah, wah, wah.
The reason I push back on this so much is that just because a guy will dick you down doesn't mean he'll wife you up. So women have access to men outside their league. The reverse really is not the case. And so when women are delusional, and think that they're more attractive than they actually are, you can get limited access to a guy who's really attractive or meets whatever your metrics of attraction are. You can sleep with that guy. Just because you can sleep with a guy doesn't mean you can get in a relationship with him, doesn't mean he'll give you commitment, doesn't mean he'll give you the ring, right? Maybe you guys know this from experience. Maybe has it ever been the case that you wanted a particular guy to be your boyfriend and you slept with him, but he didn't want anything more? There's a difference here. Typically, like for example, as a guy, if I can sleep with a girl, I have a high level of confidence. I can get her into a relationship. I don't think women can be as confident as it relates to this.
Like dickmatizer?
Dickmatizer?
Like, you know, when you like give her such good sex that she
It's
like
not
wants to
about,
stay
well,
with you.
it's not even about the sex, but it's more so men and women are different, right? Like, here's an example. When guys pursue casual sex, they'll sleep with a girl that just on the basis of her looks alone, like they'll sleep with a woman who they don't find commitment level attractive, right? So, and I'm talking about looks, right? So just on that basis alone, like a guy will sleep with a girl, use her for sex, whatever, but she's just not attractive enough that he would ever be in a relationship with her. But typically, when women sleep with men, typically, not again, I'm not a monolith here. For a woman to sleep with a guy, he typically has to be at least attractive enough physically that she would be in a relationship with him. So this creates a bit of a differential here.
Fucked up on the guys end more, but yes.
Well, yeah, look, my personal perspective is,
You shouldn't be having sex with someone you don't want a relationship with.
yeah, I agree with that. I don't think you should be like men who are just running through girls with no intention of like anything more. I don't think anybody should move like that, whether you're a man or a woman. I think people should be a bit more intentional. I'm not saying you got to be a virgin, wait until marriage or whatever, but at least be a bit more intentional with who you choose to sleep with. But the difference is, like I said, women, you can sleep with men outside your league. Like, women will break the rule the opposite way. If a woman is otherwise relationship minded, but she's like gonna have a casual sexual encounter or one night stand, he better be really attractive. Like if she's gonna just fuck a guy once, he's gotta be really attractive. Whereas men are like the opposite. If a guy's just trying to bust a nut, he's just looking for a girl who's willing and not really like, obviously ideally the guy's like, well, it would be great if she's attractive too, but men will go the opposite way. They'll just sleep with a girl with just on her looks alone. He would never be in a relationship with her, but he's trying to bust a nut. And so this is why I think it's important for women to be realistic, because
But just physical looks alone is not realistic whatsoever.
what do you
It's
mean?
not. I mean, in that sense, just sex. But again, that's just a shitty person. You don't want to be associated with that person anyway. So why would we care? We don't want to be associated with those guys anyway. But yeah.
But knowing, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but knowing that some men move in this way where they will sleep with you and have no intention, just on your looks alone, I get that people do like casual hookups, whatever, friends with benefits, one night stands, whatever. But just on your looks alone, he would never consider you for a relationship. He's just using you for your pussy, basically. Not saying it's the right thing to do, but knowing that men do that, yes. I think it's reasonable to come at things with like,
no, why we don't want to appease them at all. We don't want to appease them at all. Those type of guys.
But what I'm saying is, as women, to protect yourselves, you got to think, am I dealing with a guy outside of my league? And when women just wholesale start saying, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, you're not going to be able to make that determination. You think, well, I'm a 10, so of course this guy who's good looking or has status or is rich or whatever, of course he wants me because I'm a 10.
I think that
You
bleeds,
ain't gonna get commitment.
I know, but I think that bleeds into the whole like premise of like what I'm trying to explain thinking you're a 10 is, because I think if you really truly believe that you're a 10, you're not gonna allow a man to disrespect you like that.
What are you talking about?
Like, what do you mean? Like, if I
How
really
would you
like, if I
allow-
really think that I'm like valuable as a person, as an individual, as a human being, and I think that I'm a 10, and I have that confidence
How
in
would you be
myself,
able to
then I
control
don't think
that?
I'd subject myself to. What do you mean?
How
I
would
don't,
you be able to control that? So, okay,
Control what?
you willingly hook up with a guy.
Guys do it all the time.
You willingly hook up with a guy,
Yes.
and then you have sex with him once, 2
Yes.
times, 3 times.
I
He's
mean,
had his
I
fill. Hold on. He's
wouldn't
had
do
his
that.
fill. You wouldn't do that. Okay.
No. Like, that's also just not the type of person I am.
So just to be clear,
Yes.
every single guy you've had sex with always
Yes.
resulted in a relationship.
Yes.
You realize not all women move like that?
Yes, but so like not all men
Do you have any
also move like
do you have
that.
any do you have any girlfriends who have ever complained to you, "Oh my god, I really like this guy. He's so attractive, but he won't commit to me." You've never heard this phenomenon?
I mean, like, yeah, I have, but
Okay,
but-
why do you think that's
but,
happening?
Well, my thing that I'm trying to explain to you is those girls who have had those problems that have came to me about that don't think that they're 10s. They have low self-esteem. They don't think highly of
so
themselves.
if they thought they were 10s, then they would get the commitment. Just their
That's
thoughts.
not what I'm saying. No, I'm saying
what you
that
said.
you
Manifestation, it's more likely, I guess.
I mean, like, manifestation, not even, I mean, like, partly, but in more in the sense of, like,
they just don't like anything spiritual. Just
I don't know.
ignore
I
that.
like the way, not, I mean, because it's not
that's
even that. The
bullshit.
way I explain it is, like, it's like self-talk, right? Like, if I constantly tell myself, like, I'm ugly, I'm unattractive, because there are very beautiful women who think that they're ugly.
Yep. And we see it all the time in the
And, like,
industries.
Look,
Supermodels talk about that shit in interviews, that they think that they're unattractive and they think they're ugly and they think they're
Yeah,
this,
but-
and they're
and a lot of
subjectively
them give
tends
guys
to,
that
like,
I'm not,
society.
my position is not for women to wholesale think they're ugly. My position is for women to be realistic. So
And
if
why
she's
would,
average,
why would we do
realism
that?
if she's
is-
average,
we don't wanna attract
I'm-
those type
I'm
of guys.
average.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like,